On the mark, 68, talking one of baseball's best pitchers and classiest lefties, Tom Glavine, who announced his retirement last week. Now, to the average baseball fan, Tom Glavine's numbers stack up with some of the best. 305 wins, 2 Cy Young Awards, the 1995 World Series MVP, and 5 20-win seasons. But in Atlanta and New York, the feelings run much stronger, either to the positive with the Braves or to the negative with the Mets. In 1991, Glavine led the Braves from worst to first before there was a Greg Maddux in Atlanta, and he led them to that classic 7th game of the World Series against the Twins, winning his first Cy Young in 1991, going 20-6. Over the next 12 years, Glavine was one of the best pitchers in baseball, one of the most consistent and the most durable. He always took the ball, and he certainly took it in Game 6 of the 95 World Series, when he shut down the powerful Cleveland Indians lineup for 8 innings, 1 hit, shutout baseball, in winning the World Series for the Braves, their only championship in a great 14-year run. Glavine finished up with the Braves in 2002 with a very good effort, 18 wins, only 8 losses, and a 2.96 ERA. But he was never the same. The Braves didn't sign him. They recognized he was going to be 37 the next season. So Glavine took the money reluctantly and went to New York. Well, he got off to a bad start in a number of ways in Gotham. First of all, Glavine killed the Mets as a Brave. The Mets fans especially hate the Braves. And Glavine showed up and turned in his worst season by far of his career. 9-14, 4.52 ERA. And he really stunk up the joint on his first time out to the Hill at Shea Stadium. A 13-2 loss to the Cubs. Well, Glavine would pitch better, but he turned in some marginal seasons. And the Mets were really not a good baseball team. They didn't give him the bullpen, the defense, or the offensive support, despite a huge payroll that he had in Atlanta. Glavine did not have the support as an aging lefty that he needed. But in 2005 and 06, the Mets put together not just a good team, but arguably a great team, and certainly in 2006, the favorite to win the National League and go to the World Series. Glavine was at the forefront. He turned in his best season with the Mets, 15-7, sub-4 ERA, pitched 2 brilliant games in the playoffs, beating the Dodgers, pitching shutout baseball, and the first time out in the NLCS against the Cardinals. Glavine did get knocked out with a lead against the Cardinals, couldn't hang on Game 5, and of course, the Cardinals went on and beat the Mets to knock them out of a chance to go to the World Series in 2006. Glavine would never reach the postseason again. He could have, though. Game 162, the infamous Glavine finale in a New York Mets uniform, 2007. The Mets blew a 7-game lead with 17 left. Glavine was partly to blame, but he mostly sat on the bench watching his Mets teammates blow that division lead. But he was on the hill and gave up 7 runs and only got 1 out against the Florida Marlins in the final day of the season. The Mets ace couldn't get it done, and that's the lasting impression for Mets fans. They saw Tom Glavine could be smug at times, could feel privileged at times, and entitled, couldn't deliver for them in the clutch after they watched him deliver so many times for the Atlanta Braves. To me, Tom Glavine was a great left-handed pitcher, and he was so consistent. He didn't miss a start until he was with the Atlanta Braves his final season in 08 and went 2-4 and finished up in not a great fashion for the Atlanta Braves. But Tom Glavine, over 12 years, when you look at the meat of his career, 243 wins, only 142 defeats, a 3+ ERA in the 3.30 range when he did his best work. And again, a classy lefty who always took the ball and usually delivered. Would love to know what you think, especially if you're a Mets fan or a Braves fan, about Tom Glavine. I'm on the mark, 68.